What's up? Black men will hate themselves when they lack self knowledge. You are a black man trying to self improve and gain a grounded identity in being a black man. I have a deep dive guide from all the things of learning who to look up to in black history, eating healthier, becoming more financially literate, and also learning to come together with other black men on a daily basis to self improve and gain that grounded identity with each other. It's important that I internalize this. It's important that you internalize this. The guide that I've made is going to get us to internalize these concepts to be the strongest version of yourself. Me as myself, you as yourself. And guess what? In the black community, this is required for every black man to be like this because one black man won't save the black community. Two black men won't save the black community. Black men coming together as a whole, that's what's going to save it. And that's why each one of us as an individual has to be the strongest version of themselves. And that guy that I made will get you to being the strongest version of yourself and internalizing those concepts of self-improvement and gaining that grounded identity and being a black man. That's what's going to get us there, right? And the link for that will be in the bio section of my YouTube channel. So click on my YouTube channel, click on that link and internalize that because it's required for you to be the strongest version of yourself as a black man for us to have a chance, for all of us to have a chance. Now, when we dive into why a lot of black men hate themselves, a lot of black men hate themselves because they don't know themselves. And their history has been snubbed and pushed out and it's been whitewashed, right? And this is what causes us to more easily assimilate to white culture or Mexican culture or Arab culture. You know, that's what causes us to just attach ourselves to anything because we don't know ourselves, right? This is why every black man has to do his own personal research on black people and how great black people are and understanding that we are powerful. We're not just ancestors of slaves and stuff like that. No, we're more powerful. The black man was the very first man. So that's for one. The black man was the very first man. And I'm not going to sit here and I could go into very deep facts about black history and stuff like that, which I will do in other videos. But I really want to emphasize that you as an individual black man that's watching this video, it's important for you to do your own personal research and for you to go and get this knowledge for yourself, right? It's a lot of black men out there who are very educated and have a lot of knowledge they could tell you, but it's important for all of us to go out there and in our personal lives dive deep into it because that's required at this point for us to have a positive self-image of black men and black people because nowadays the slave master, the former enslaved master, wants you to think you're inferior, you're dumb, you're slow, um, you're not as good as the white man, you're not as good as the white people, right? They want you to still basically look at yourself as a second class human being. You know, they want you to look at they want you to look at yourself like you're just inferior and you the best shot you got is just to get close around white people and do everything the white person doing, right? And that's the part of assimilation. They want us to really be white. This is why you will see a black girl wearing a blonde wig. This is why you see a black dude who don't want to associate with himself with being a black person, right? This is how you see so much self-hate in the black community because we don't like our identity. We don't have an identity. There's no foundation of who we are because it was stolen from us, right? That's not in our control, but we do have control to go out there and find these things and look up these things and do research on these things. And I think that that's what we all have to do because it's a lot of stuff that I didn't know about black people, so it made me assume that just the generic thought process of what I was taught in school. We were slaves at one point and we was freed at one point and now we're good. You know, when really it's more complex and it's not just American history. It's not just American history about black people. I'm talking about world history, about overall history about black people. And when you start to look at that, you start to see that black people as a whole are very powerful. We're smart. We're intelligent. We're capable, right? When you can associate yourselves with that, that's what gives you the ability to like who you are. And this is another reason why I talk about culture so much. We have to start identifying we have to create and identify with a culture that's prosperous. And black people can create their own culture. Culture isn't just a racial category. Culture can be changed and shaped and molded So we have to shape our culture to be prosperous, because nowadays a lot of people don't like being black because the culture produces being hypersexual, produces, oh, you gotta be a gangster, you gotta be a thug, you gotta be a hoe. You know, it glorifies that. You know, it glorifies that. So a lot of black people don't like black people, and they don't like themselves because of that. And then that's what causes them to go associate with this white person over there, or that black person, or these Mexicans, or this Chinese person over there. No, we need to like being black again, and that's only gonna happen through changing our culture, learning Black history. You know, we need to be consistently learning positive Black history, and Black history that gives us a self image that we're powerful, that we're capable. I just made a video yesterday talking about we don't just need to come together just because our ancestors were slaves. No, we need to come together because of people like Nat Turner, because of people like Elijah Muhammad, because of people that fought for us being human beings, and being powerful and assuming that position, right? People who said, no, you're not a slave. Nat Turner is a good example. I like learning about Nat Turner because he was born a slave, but he had a mentality of a powerful black man that couldn't be bound by mental chains or physical chains. So that's why I like that so much, because he's a clear example that human beings, black people, were never meant to be treated that way. You know, and in a lot of ways, so much of who we are was stolen from us. Just think about it, man. We lack so much self knowledge, bro, and it's due to the Europeans. You know, it's due to the government. You know, but that's why it's important that we come together and we build our own government. We have our own army with guns and nuclear weapons, and we have our own banks, and we have our own thing going on for ourselves. And the white man can't come and infiltrate. The Chinese man can't come and infiltrate. The Arab man can't come and infiltrate. That's why it's so important. But nowadays, my name Brandon, bro. Like, I have a European last name and a European. My first name is European. Like, my whole name is European, bro. And obviously my mom named me, you know. But think about it, bro. Think about how much of the African Americans don't really even know about themselves. We don't even. We got all we Africans, and we all got European names. Do that not like mind boggle you? Like, that's a clear, direct indication that we was really conquered on every level. We was conquered. We was conquered and enslaved on every level. We were stripped of our own identity, and we put on the identity of a subhuman, a slave. You know, and we're still suffering from that, and we still have to change that and build our confidence up. So that's pretty much all I got to say. Peace out.